The first thing we will do will be to lay the framing square as shown in the video. And you can use the front or the back of the framing square to help you if you're lining up the tread. You can use the 11-inch. We're laying out 11-inch treads. You can use the front of the framing square or the back. I like to use the back of the framing square and line it up with the next riser. And make sure that the framing square is lined up with the stair tread. This is important before you mark the first riser. So framing square lined up and positioned correctly, and then you will measure for the distance of the bottom step. And this one here is going to be 6 3/4 inches. I like to hold the tape measure, use the tape measure. Since we're using 7.5-inch risers, I like to position the tape measure at 7.5 inches and then mark the 3/4 inch line at the bottom of the tape measure. You just simply mark whatever you are subtracting your tread thickness for to get the bottom line. Next up, place the framing square, position it correctly, make sure that you line it up with your marks, and then once you have it positioned, mark it. Next thing you're going to need to do is double check these measurements, double check everything all the time. And this can be done as shown here. Line up the 7.5 inches and make sure that the 3/4 inch mark at the bottom is working out okay. After that, it will be time to lay out for the kicker. And this is you see this on a lot of stair plans. That's actually why I threw it in the book. You can just simply grab a 2x4 and trace it as shown in the video there. Just simply trace it if that's going to work for you. If not, grab your framing square. Remember that one side of the framing square is 1.5 inches wide, the other is 2 inches. You can simply lay the framing square, line it up with the bottom, and make your mark, and then measure over 3.5 inches. You have your 2x4. Wouldn't be a bad idea for something like this to go a little larger than 3.5 inches, maybe 3 5/8, sometimes even 3 3/4, and maybe even do the same for the top, just a little bit, maybe 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch, because it isn't uncommon for something like this to stick out. So you go to nail your riser on and it's not flush with the stringer, and it could create a problem. So I hope that makes sense what I'm talking about there. But anyway, there it is. That is pretty much it for that.